Hey everyone, Alpha Eagle here again. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well, and may God bless you all. When I posted my video titled Superman is a Christian on social media, it upset a lot of people. I couldn't understand why anyone would be upset at an obvious fact. I thought it was common knowledge that Superman is a Christian. Why would anyone have a problem with Superman being Christian? Then I realized it's the same reason why Iron Man was turned from a capitalist into more left-leaning in the films. It's why his enemies were changed from Chinese communists to vaguely Arab terrorists. And it's said it was to make it more modern and less racist, when in reality it was to appease the Chinese Communist Party and to make communism less villainy. It's the same reason why Wakanda in the film was changed from an isolationist ethno-state with a giant wall to a more open society, even though they are still an isolationist ethno-state with a giant wall, they just claim not to be. They realize that the Black Panther actually agrees with a certain orange man about a lot of things. It's the same reason why Superman's son was made gay. It's all about claiming ownership of a character or franchise. Leftists can't stand anything different than themselves and must claim ownership over anything they feel is good and distance things that they see as bad. It's because the current crop of quote unquote creative people see the impact of popular IPs. They want that popularity and influence. They hate the way the characters truly are and want to change them into something different. They want to claim ownership of that IP. In other words, they know that people see IPs like Superman and equate Superman with something good and positive. Therefore, they must change Superman into something they like so people will equate what they like as good and positive. For example, they are atheists, and if they turn Superman into an atheist, the people who see Superman as positive and good would see atheism as something that is positive and good. It's interesting that the negative responses I got were all about the same. They all came down to about three counter arguments. For one, they say, well, his creators were Jewish, therefore Superman has to be Jewish. This is one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard, and unfortunately it's way too common among leftists these days. Leftists are segregationists. They believe that only women writers can write female characters. They believe that only black writers can write black characters, and so on. Tell that to the two Jewish guys who created Black Panther. Modern left-wing commie creators are narcissists and only think about themselves. That's why we get a lot of these self-insert characters these days, like America Chavez and Kamala Khan, because they lack the creativity to create characters that are different from themselves. Because they think that since they are atheists, everything else must be atheists too. If you listen to the Joss Whedon Avengers commentary, he says something interesting. He's talking about the scene just before Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America have their first fight, and just before Cap joins the fight, Black Widow warns Steve that Loki and Thor are gods, and he should sit this one out. Captain America replies, "There's only one god, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that." So for one, we have another superhero confirmed to be a Christian. Two, again, this proves that one does not have to be the same as the character they created, as Cap's creators were also Jewish. And three, on the commentary, Joss says that even though he is atheist, that when writing for Cap, he has to keep in mind that Cap is a Christian. The second counter argument I got regarding Superman being a Christian is Superman is an alien, therefore wouldn't follow any human religion. Again, this is a massively dumb argument. It doesn't matter where Superman was born, what matters is where he was raised. And being raised by a white farm couple in Kansas in the 30s, what religion do you think he would have? All the evidence points to him being Christian. On top of the evidence I have shown in the previous video about this topic, Superman was shown in several media celebrating Christmas. He was also married in a Christian church. The third counter-argument relates to the second one and claims that Superman can't be Christian since he already worships the Kryptonian god, Ra. This is simply what's called a retcon. Ra was created several decades after Superman's creation, and frankly, whoever created Ra simply does not get Superman. Again, it doesn't matter that Superman was born on Krypton. He was raised on Earth by a Christian couple. He wouldn't abandon the values that his Christian parents taught him simply because he found out about a religion that existed on Krypton. It doesn't work like that. Leftists need superheroes to be like them. But to show that in this case I am not like them and I am not biased, I'm going to name a few heroes that I do not share the same faith as, but I still like them. Thing is Jewish. Out of all of Jack Kirby's creations, it's probably the closest to being his avatar. The Thing is his self-insert. The Thing is my favorite member of the Fantastic Four, and I don't need him to be a Christian to relate and like him. He is a great character who happens to be Jewish. Unlike leftists, I don't need to take ownership of him to like him. Kitty Pryde is another Jewish character that I like, and she doesn't have to be a Christian for me to like her. I don't have to project my views onto her. I don't have to take ownership of her. And now that we've established that Superman and Captain America are Christians, I'll list some more superheroes that are Christians. Some are obvious, like Nightcrawler, who was established to be Christian, and Daredevil, who is Irish Catholic. Others, like Ghost Riders, you can use logic to establish as being Christian, since he made a deal with the devil, so logically, since the devil exists, therefore God must also exist. The same can be said about Spawn. Spawn knows that God exists, and he's a black man who lives in America, and the majority of black Americans are Christian. The Huntress has worn a cross before, so she's a Christian. Wolverine has been shown to pray for God's forgiveness in the X-Men animated series. Batman has been shown to say his prayers in the comics, and had Robin swear on the Bible to keep their secret identities, and he has celebrated Christmas in Batman Returns and other media. Star-Lord has also been shown to celebrate Christmas, and when asked what master does he serve by Doctor Strange, his first thought is Jesus. So as much as the left want to retcon and rewrite history, we can see that many heroes are Christian, no matter how much the left despise this fact. That's about it for this video. I'm Alpha Eagle. God bless you for watching. God bless America, and I pray that you don't let these leftists and atheists stake their claim and ownership over characters that are not like them. Oh, and Merry Christmas, everyone.